Kate and friends, we got a simple little Jersey Shore workout. We're back from the shore. The gang is back. The whole squad is here. Welcome to Pre-Cum, Kate and Tail Mostly, aka Kate and friends. We got a simple little Jersey Shore workout. We're back from the shore. You're back from Florida. I'm back from the Jersey Shore. You were probably at some podunk lake up here somewhere, tanning bed. Yeah. So it's going to be simple. Medicine balls on the hip walk to simulate having a toddler on your hip. Back and forth on the beach all day. Crab walk squats, seagulls, that's just up and down with the arms with the weights. The Stavi butt lifts, I'm calling those sandy cheeks today. Ooh. Sunscreen your back, that's a little medicine ball behind the back. 10 squats, I call it dip in the sea to pee. Ooh. And then 20 shoulder shrugs. Was that thunder that we heard? Should we pack it up? Should we pack it up, babe? I don't know.
Those were gunshots,
and then
babe.
10 shots for mom's night out, because I did have a pretty good, it was a day out, but I'll consider it a night out. 10 basketball shots, and if we're up for it, we'll repeat. If not, Danny, meantime, this is gonna simulate the large wagon full of stuff that dad's gotta drag through the thick sand to get to the edge of the beach. He'll just be on the stair stepper the whole time doing that. So get to it, Danny.
Whoa.
Now let's get to our workout.
Let's get to our workout.
Welcome back to Pre-Cum. It's good to be back. Pick up my toddler.
Let's go start on this
Get him
line.
on my hip.
I feel like mine is much harder than yours.
Here we go. We'll just go back and
that.
forth a few times. So this year at the shore, my youngest, 1.5-year-old, wanted to be held the entire time, was not a sand guy. And so I held him so often on my hip that I actually developed a rash on both sides of my body from the sand rubbing against my skin. You can't even begin to imagine how difficult that was.
I can't imagine, but it's been far behind me now. I will say, again, we'll talk about this more in the episode, but you're gonna miss the days where you have to worry about the sand, the diapers, and all of that. But then you're gonna get to a point where your kids learn how to swim.
Yeah.
They don't need your help anymore, and you get to just sit back, kick up your feet, have a nice icy cold beer. Maybe even a
colada
cig.
with a floater on top, perhaps.
Mudslide.
That's the dream.
And then you're living life.
What does this bear symbolize?
Dads just don't understand.
It symbolizes how hard dads are working.
8 kids at once.
I'm gonna do one more.
Okay.
I'm getting the blood
Carrying
pumping.
Kate home from the shore.
And actually, it was nice taking the little guy out in the ocean from time to time because he was actually lighter in the deeper water. It was a little less, stress on my bones.
It's fresh water, correct?
No, see, ocean. We're talking ocean.
I'll
because-
make
All right.
a combo if you want.
Here we go on to the crab walk squats. Danny, you're lucky you're missing out on this one because this is going to be tough.
Or just do it like this?
So what you do a squat, and then a step.
Okay.
A squat, or am I doing this right? I saw a lady on YouTube doing it. Maybe it's, you know what it is? It's this.
I thought it was more like a...
Yeah, it's a this. Then we'll just do a little crab walk squat. Pinches, optional. I feel like someone's slacking
It literally
over
said
there.
I was working out too hard and stopped itself.
Here we go. All right. He wouldn't even be past the dunes at this point, honestly.
It said, please stop working out so freaking hard.
So my thing is, you can tell, obviously, that Danny is a fun
What
uncle.
is this supposed to be, a diaper
because
bag?
most
This
dads
This is way heavier than
take so
any
much
diaper bag.
pride
Yep.
in their beach setup.
And getting it in one trip.
And making sure they have their seat ready, their cooler ready. I mean, most dads at 5 a.m. are like making that beach wake-up call.
Yep, getting the wagon ready like Tetris. Danny, just a funkle at this point. He
Funkles don't do this. Look, I'm working out so hard to keep stopping.
probably still be sleeping in for
They've never
boozing
seen anything like this.
the night before.
It's like when you're on the scale, they say 1% at a time.
Probably
Bear's
too busy
heavier than me.
tanning. Yesterday.
Hey,
on the
Danny,
yak-
how about you start stepping and stop complaining?
Yeah, less.
What is
Less
this
whiny,
symbolizing?
more
This is
wally.
not, your husbands are not carrying this. I don't know what this is.
They carry the
They're
weight
not
of our
casually
families.
walking around with 100 pounds on.
Correction, baby dads.
Do they ever drop the
You're
diaper
married.
bag?
Okay, up next, we're gonna grab these barbells. We're just gonna do our little seagulls. Our little Steven Seagulls. Thank you. Simple.
Pause for laughter.
Watch
Steven
out for that
Seagulls.
bar behind you that I was too weak to move. You might be asking yourselves, Kate, were you working out during the 2 weeks you were gone? Absolutely not. I wouldn't even think about it.
No, the kids, having to walk with the kids on your hip was a workout.
That was a workout. The beach
Sounds terrible.
is an exhausting, endless workout in itself. And I probably came back stronger from.
Makes me that much stronger.
Yeah. These are the seagulls. The seagulls were aggressive this year. Couple sandwich pieces stolen.
Can I just go like Stewie Griffin with this and just drag it behind me like this? Nope,
Eh.
just can't.
You're lucky you're not doing seagulls. It's not
Controls
an
on
easy thing
active.
to do. But yeah, it was kind of relentless. We stay at a house on the bay over the water on stilts.
Stairs.
A lot of stairs.
Stairs. You got
Really?
you got your steps in.
A lot of stairs, a lot of ramps.
And all of your dancing.
Lot of
Dancing's a good
dancing.
workout.
So, a lot of bubbles, the bubble machine was going full tilt. That's a lot of slippery
My
surfaces.
arms are dying.
I gave you 5 pounds and
Yeah.
I took the 3. Okay.
I
I don't know. Do you think that these workouts have helped us in any way over these weeks? This 10 minute.
I think it's helped my mental fortitude.
Okay, Sandy cheeks.
Same.
These are the stabby butt lifts.
All right.
All right. Here we go.
Let your butt hit the sand. And up. Now
On an
touch that
exciting
sand.
note, I've been shaving my legs regularly since I got waxed for the shore.
Oh yeah.
And I've really been keeping up with it, which is exciting for me. So,
You're doing a great job, Daddy Dan.
Good job, Danny.
What?
You've only been going for 2 minutes.
No. Actually, that checks out.
Is it weird that I feel these in the top of my legs instead of my back or my butt?
No, I feel
Or
it.
my
I
abs.
feel it in my like hip flexors.
Oh,
Activate the glutes, Kate.
I'm trying. Oh yeah, you gotta squeeze it.
Squeeze at the top.
Yeah,
And then pulse 1, 2,
you help?
3, 4. Down.
almost done. We got a lot of good stuff to talk about on the show today.
Let's get to it.
It's been many weeks if I can get up here. Okay, sunscreen your backs. That's the dumbbell behind your head.
I'm taking one
Just
of your
10 of
threes.
those. All right.
This is the last one you're doing, right?
I'm not doing a
2,
5 again.
Okay,
3,
Good, that must have been really hard.
4. When I was down the shore, they had a lot of workouts on the beach
Whoa, that made me lightheaded.
that I wanted no part of. And I took no part
I
of.
think I might have to go home and change after this.
There's a shower here. You'll be
10
fine.
a.m. My
Shout out
shirt
to
is
Mary Ann's
wrecked.
Donuts in Sea Isle City. Had one every morning. Had 2.5 every morning.
I want to give a special shout out to Badass Coffee down in Destin. I had the Mocha Monkey almost every day. It's a frozen coffee. Tastes like banana and chocolate.
They were selling those on the beach, banana coffee.
So
We
good.
gotta talk to Big Cat. We gotta sell blue
Let's cut to the
banana.
chase, girls.
All right.
Okay. All right, we're
Sunscreen.
almost halfway done. Don't be a pussy, Danny.
All right.
Right?
Loosen up the body.
I'm feeling ripped. Okay, we're almost done. 20 shoulder shrugs for, was that thunder we heard, babe? Should we pack it up? I don't know.
Did you just pee in the pool?
I will say the toughest day at the shore was the day it took me like 3 hours to get them sunscreened and ready and packed and everything because I was rolling solo. And I finally got them all the way down to the beach and they both had enormous meltdowns within 5 minutes of getting there. And we ended up having to leave within 10
It
minutes.
happens.
And I said, I'm gonna fucking snap. I'm gonna
Did you?
break. I'm gonna Thelma and Louise this golf cart without the kids on
Oh,
it
I love golf
into
carts.
the bed. It was great.
We had a golf cart as
Having a
well.
golf cart was great. Taking the kids around on that was an activity in itself.
All right.
But I didn't, and I did not go into the bay clearly because I'm here.
I'm sweating.
Glad to be here. All right, and finally, 10 shots, and then we're done. This one's Mom's night out. I did have one outing.
Now let's
We'll
remember,
talk about on the show.
Kate can actually shoot basketballs and I can't. So.
I may have lost
Oh,
it
great.
over the course of.
For 45 minutes?
Yep.
Kate,
Huge
airball.
air ball.
Megan, airball.
One
the
for
layup.
Megan.
Feeling confident.
That's okay. Here you go. All right. Just 10 easy little. Oh no.
Whoop. No, for me as well. I don't know where the clip went. So we're gonna have to go old school for a second.
I
Take your
guess my
time,
dad
Meg.
was showing people clips of me making all those shots on the first episode of Come. And they were very impressed. The people of the 55 and up, extremely impressed by that when I was visiting their neck of the woods this past couple weeks. And I guess that magic is gone.
There's one,
Is that 2?
How many are you at? 2?
2,
10?
3.
This
Lower
does
the
actually
rim.
seem pretty nightmarish
Lower the
for Danny.
rim.
4.
Dan, just getting the blood moving. Getting the blood
5.
moving. I will say my disgusting body was rocking a bikini
6.
the
Go,
whole
Meg.
time.
Come on, Kate.
7.
And even my mom was like, oh, that's nice that you do that.
Go, Kate.
Huh.
You lost your powers.
So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Man. Okay. I think I'm on 4, 5, 6,
9.
Okay.
10 for me.
There you go.
10 shots.
All right, don't worry, Danny. I'll be done in a second.
Oh, we're not worried.
You're totally fine.
Not
You're
worried at
almost
all.
to the beach. Danny, you're almost to the beach. You can see the water. You're there. You can see the birds and the crabs. Okay, last one. Uh-oh. Oh, Danny, you're almost.
What the fuck? A fadeaway layup.
All right. You're okay. We made it to the beach. All right, gang, come on. Bring the bear. We got to get to Kate and friends.
Oh.
We're back up. We're back after a hiatus. Come on, gang. Come on. This is exciting. We're excited to be back.
Danny?
The whole gang is energized and thrilled.
That bear's gonna be above my fireplace by the end of the day. My back sweating? Don't tell me.
Hey. Sorry, Danny.
No, it's totally fine.
That sucked.
I mean, you did skip the first 2 workouts that we did, so that kind
True.
of on you, man.
Punishment
True.
fits the crime. I just don't think anyone realized how heavy that bear really was. But
It's an enormously heavy bear. It's right behind me right now. Welcome back to Kate and Friends, aka Come Kate and Tell Mostly. Hope you enjoyed that little pre-cum workout. I did nothing else over the break. The gang's back together. We got Owen, we got Mackenzie, we got Megan, Danny, me, and the bear. And we're ready to rock and roll and get back into it. I will say, more importantly, there's another stream going on right now. Is this the longest live stream in Barstool history? Going on Barstool After Dark right now?
I think it's
think it
getting
has to
close to, if it's not close to Jerry's hole-in-one,
Yeah,
it's
I'd
past
say
it.
that's the other one.
I think it's way past that already.
It's been going for 2 days now, and I think they're almost done. So not to shit on Kate and Friends, but pretty exciting things happening over.
Well, yesterday, Tate had the opportunity, in everyone's opinion, to basically end the stream as long as he took the Michigan job.
Yeah.
And he declined it once, and Lucas, who had been grinding with him, was like, "Hey, if that job offer comes up again, we gotta take it, man. Like we've already been here for like 28 hours. It's getting tense." And Tate got offered the Michigan job again. Couldn't swallow the pride. He turned it down. But I will say he finally got the Ohio State job. So I think that gave him a little bit of oomph that he needed for today. I texted him like, "You guys need anything?" To like power through. They're like, "No, we're good right now. Just vibes." So shout out them.
And what are they trying to do again? Sorry.
They're just trying. They're trying to win a natty with. They wanted to start with the worst
In the game Madden.
NCAA.
Oh,
so
NCAA.
So they wanted to pick like not a great team, start with them, and then build, and then they could like get job offers to go to better schools. But eventually, they wanted to win a natty. It was also for Stella Blue. If they raised $3,000, or if people bought $3,000 worth of Stella Blue products, they had to up the ante and go from All-American to
Higher
Heisman.
difficulty on the game.
Right.
Okay, got
So
it.
now I think they're on Heisman mode, and they have other little challenges mixed in. So they're kicking ass over there. I will say it's something that I would never want to be a part of. I would rather take a very long walk into a short pier and just die.
I didn't realize like how tired, like I wasn't thinking when I got here this morning, and I popped on their stream and I was like, oh, I'd hang out here if Kate and Friends wasn't starting at 9 a.m. boys. And it was like not the vibe.
Kate, get
They
the
were
fuck
like,
out of here.
We'll kill you, bitch. Anyway, happy for them.
Yeah.
That's great. They're going to finish any moment now.
You guys stay here, though. Watch this show for a
Stay
second.
here. Hang out with me. It's good to be back. I was gone for 2 weeks. So you guys covered when I was in Seattle, and then we all had off last week. Let's start off with me. Hyper local news. My favorite thing. Want to talk about me. Want to talk about me. Talk about me. Me. New look alert. I said I wasn't going to dye my hair. And then
You lied to us.
I said I liked my grays, that I thought they were beautiful, blah, blah, blah. I still do. But last week, got back from the Jersey Shore. My kids had daycare last week, but we had off. I said, fuck them kids. They can go to daycare. I'm going to spend a whole day in Target. I went. Not only did I get a hideous new pair of glasses that I'm not beating the looks like Party on Wayne, Party on Garth allegations in them. I forgot to bring them. They're like out in the car. But they're bananas. I don't know what I was thinking. But I was walking through Target. I didn't know they had an optics section. I was like, oh, shit. And I got a whole ass like that. And then as I was leaving, I saw the box dyes. and I went for it. So I did.
And let's just like for the people out there, when you came in on Monday, did you receive a multitude of compliments?
I was rolling in it.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What's with girls in Target? It's been a meme for a long time now. I remember actually Megan and I had to do a Target run for a film festival like 2 years ago or so, or a year ago. And she ended up just doing a full shopping spree because when girls go inside Target for some reason.
Well, also, not to beat the allegations for you or anything. Yeah, I was in Target. You were pushing the basket, but you had to poo while you were in Target.
Oh, Danny pooped in Target.
And
in a toilet.
That's another thing that apparently happens in Target is there's the smell of the Starbucks or whatever
Happens
that's in there.
Barnes and Nobles too.
Yep.
Barnes
and
and Nobles is famous for it. And
I think these are connected.
We also-
my guy friend is gonna go shit for like 35 minutes while I could just go on a shopping spree.
And unironically, while I was shopping, guess who we ran into?
Oh, Joey Camasta, right?
Really?
As one does in the wild.
The only other girl shopping at Target.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe it's not just girls.
We were asking
were on
him, we're
shopping
like,
spree.
hey, are you here for the film fest to get stuff? He goes, I don't know, I'm just going shopping.
Yeah, as you should. Yeah, it's kind of like our safe space. It's got a coffee shop inside. It's not as good as Stella Blue, but it's got a coffee shop and Slurpees.
But like, it's just Target. Like, aren't there other stores
There's
like that where you run wild?
Yeah, but Target's kind of just like your fancy Walmart. I
They've
guess.
marketed themselves well enough that I'm dumb enough to be like, this is fun, and it worked.
And supposedly the logo is actually like tricks our minds. It's like it's a bullseye. It's Target. Like you're targeted to go there for one item, but you get caught up.
Get
Oh,
caught
wow.
up.
They
get
got you.
caught up. And they got me. I
Subliminal
got
marketing.
a box dye.
And it looks amazing.
Ash
Kate.
brown. And I feel pretty good about it.
W's in the chat for Kate's new box dye do.
No, new box dye. Other hyperlocal news. This is dumb and just for me. No more baby gates or cribs in our house. We're past baby mode, and that's like a huge milestone for parents. I
Yes,
feel
it
like.
is.
It's like I'm finally out of the worst of the weeds. Fun times.
What age? What's the age?
He's a little over a year and a half. This guy is at pretty advanced. He was done with the high chair at like 8 months. He was done. He just is like, I'm done with this shit.
Well, he sees the older one being able to roam, and he's like, wait,
Yeah.
why can't I do that?
Figured out the baby gates, and we are in like a tall, skinny townhouse, so it was like a million fucking baby gates with 2 latches on each one. It was such a pain in the ass. So now we're past that, and he wouldn't go in his crib anymore, and so we're like, you win. You're better than us. And so now that's so it's just little milestones. They're exciting. A new era, easier to move through the house for him specifically. It's tough for everyone else. I did. This is kind of a pink back section early in the show.
I'm so mad I missed this. I'm so whenever I saw because I guess the dates didn't like compute in my brain like that I would be on vacation, and I'm sitting there scrolling and I go, no, I missed it. I would have loved to have been outside with a celebratory cig. Anyway, you just tell your story. I'm sad I missed it. I have very big FOMO from that.
It was a lot of fun. A few months ago, Nick and Mook asked if I would do stand-up at Zany's. They do a monthly show, Adorable Boy, which if you're ever in Chicago when it's going, highly recommend checking it out. They asked if I would do it, and I said yes. I was like, yeah, of course, no problem. And then I proceeded to have like a psychotic meltdown about it for the following 2 or 3 months or whatever. And had this whole set finally figured out and written out, and then 2 days beforehand I like tore it up. I was like, no, I have to do I totally switched it up at the last minute and was like texting Nick and Mook nonstop, like blah blah blah. I bought a whole outfit for it over on Division Street at all the vintage shops. I bought this like ridiculous short skirt with like 50 yards of jeans on it. But yeah, there's look at the 2 flaps. Look at the uneven flaps on both the shirt and the skirt.
Was that a decision?
And then everybody was, look at my kneecap.
It's smiling at me.
People said it looked like Wilson the volleyball or Sponge Daddy Sponge.
Yeah.
And they're right. Wore on to
it does.
baby. Yeah.
A happy baby.
A happy baby. But all
Like an
that,
ultrasound.
It does. There's twins.
The boy.
I don't know. Very odd. But it ended up being so much fun, and the crowd was awesome. And I don't know if the stand-up was any good or not.
It was.
But because it was all stoolies who were just super nice.
I heard you killed it.
But like I went up there and I like sipped my beer silly, and everyone's like, ah!
It was incredible. Kate wouldn't even like say anything. She'd just go like, "Brr," and the crowd would be like, "Brr."
Yeah. So I don't know if it was actually good or not.
It was, though.
People
Your
just,
jokes are
like,
great.
So awesome. Thanks to everybody who came. But it was great because working up, even though I ended up not using like any of the original stuff, instead of like doom scrolling TikTok every night in the months leading up to it, like once a week, I would get the kids down to bed and then I'd walk down the street. I've been trying to find my, like for me, everywhere I've lived in like 20 different places over the last few years. And you feel really at home once you find your pizza place, like your pizza spot, your coffee shop. And for me, it's where's your dive bar? Like, and I have trouble writing and doing creative stuff in my house because I'm like, I should be doing laundry or this or that. So it helps me to get out. So if I can find my corner bar where I can sit undisturbed, write, blah, blah, blah. And I kept trying different places around here that weren't quite right. And then I found
You found your
my
place?
spot. I found my place, and I love the bartender is like, everyone, I'll be back in 10 minutes. I have to walk Larry home, and I'll like walk an old man home from the bar who's been like drinking at the bar.
That sounds about right.
Kate creeps around the bar, just puts her mouth under the tap.
It's bad, but so just getting out of the house, and then you end up chatting up people at the bar and like meeting your neighbors and blah blah blah. And so in saying yes to doing this stand-up thing, I like unlocked a new part of my neighborhood and new people and blah blah blah. Like ended up being really cool. I've been doing a lot of free will shit lately, like that. Like after the kids are in bed, like I'm gonna walk down to the corner bar and write, or I've been like just walking around my neighborhood in my pajamas,
or just like filling up a Stanley full of Chardonnay and going to watch fireworks by yourself.
Going to watch fireworks by myself, dyeing my hair.
I gotta be walking around the neighborhood in pajamas,
dude. I'm going through something. I'll tell you that.
They're gonna think you're a dementia patient.
Homeless.
Something.
It was either all that stuff or bangs again, and I went with that.
Honestly, good choice.
Right?
Yeah, it looks good.
Good choice. Okay, good. Thank you. Finally, I'm almost to the end of me, and then we'll get to you guys. My quest to infiltrate the Kelsey family has advanced yet again.
I've seen that.
Advanced yet again. Went to the Eagles autism event in Seattle City, which it happens to be the same week I'm there every year. So that works out. But I got to bring my cousins. I got to have a whole flip cup team of cousins this year. And, if you donate enough, you get to play flip cup with the Eagles and blah, blah, blah. And afterwards, look at them. Look how cute they are. That's our flip cup team. It was weird to stand with your cousins beforehand and be practicing for flip cup together, doing this little motion. Yeah. But after the flip cup, Jason Kelsey and his buddies absolutely destroyed us.
I wouldn't say destroyed. You guys, it came down there, but Kelsey being the anchor fucked you guys.
It fucked us bad. But as I was leaving the stage, I turned around and Kylie Kelsey was there and we made eye contact. And I was like, and she was like, and I was like, Mom, stay out, woo! And she was like, okay. And so I feel like we made a really good connection there.
Sounds like it.
And yeah, so that was very exciting for me. And then let me see what else. Oh, I snuck a cigarette in the breezeway of Diamond's Liquor Store. Shout out, no free ads. Great breezeway at Diamond's Liquor Store. That was very exciting. That was the, excuse me.
You're excused.
It's that cigarette.
All those cigarettes, yeah.
That was the only
just
time.
Phlegmy after a long vacay.
The entire beach week, only time I went out that entire week was that outing, which if you knew me back in the day, I mean,
you would have been out every night.
I wasn't sober for a second that week. And it's just wild I didn't go out a single night. I was sharing, it's smaller than a twin bed in a sea shanty with both my kids. I would like move to the one bed and by morning they would both be
right
on either side, waking up at 4 a.m. in the sun. Yeah, come on. Look how cute they
Looks
are.
like a Hallmark
that
photo.
That is really cute.
I know, but it ended up being Seattle week, ended up being like, despite not being drunk the whole time, it ended up being probably my favorite week that I've ever had. Nothing like your kid taking a beach nap on you, all that stuff. It was just like, it was really fucking great.
I always was so jealous of the parents that could get their kids like to fully take beach naps. Like we would visit our cousins down in Miami, like all of my husband's family. And, being like Cuban and living in Miami, they go do beach days basically every day.
Yeah.
And so when they go out there, they're out there all day. And like their kids were just like knocked out on a towel in the sand. And meanwhile, my kids are like crying, itchy. The water burns their legs. Like, God damn it. You're really harshing the vibe right now.
Yeah. We had a couple days like that where it took me like 3 hours to get them ready. And I finally got them down to the beach and they like melted down right away. And I was like, oh God. But then other days where we were in it for the long haul. I will say the talk about, if you're on Mom Talk at all, you see a lot of talk about like the village. There's no village anymore, blah, blah, blah. The total count this year, we had 199 family members, all renting houses.
I love that.
And it fucking, with small kids, it fucking ruled. Because all the kids when I was a teenager that I played with in the water when they were small are in college now. And their parents are like, hey, Kate pushed you on the tube for 5 hours in 1997. You get off your ass and you take care of her.
Go give her a cigarette.
So it was like nice to actually get to chill and have people who were like everybody helping.
What's the village? What does that mean?
Like it takes a village to raise a child.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I think Hillary Clinton wrote a book
maybe.
about it, but it does they say it's kind of gone now.
What's funny is like whenever I was younger, so both of my family members and my grandma and my grandpa are from Illinois. I was born up here, and we don't have it anymore, and it makes me sad. But we used to have family reunions, and when I'm saying family reunions, there was 200 to 300. I mean, the family reunion pictures that we would take.
Yeah.
I had no idea who like 95% of the people were, but everyone brought a dish. We all had the best time. We'd play volleyball. Like it was so much fun to just like, and also, I don't know if this ever happened to you when you were younger, like going to those things, you see a cousin that's like, or you don't know if they're a cousin. You're like, he's kind of cute. And then you're like, wait, it's my fucking cousin. Like, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. Happens all the time.
No, I'm saying when you have so many family members you don't know, and all of a sudden you're just like 11 years old roaming around, like kind of looking for people, and you find this cute guy, and all of a sudden you go back, you're like, Mom, I think I found a cute boy. And she's like, he's your fourth cousin removed. I'm like, God damn it.
It is the only time you meet like a third cousin.
Right. You don't know them.
Is it, are they just lost art now? Family reunions?
I
Like,
think so.
I mean, for a random picnic with
We're
people you
still
never met.
doing it. We spent a whole week together.
I love that for you.
How far
guys.
does
I
it go?
miss
We're talking like fourth cousins? Or fourth cousins even real, or just
pretty
stop
much
at 3?
second. We stopped pretty much at second, and then you're out. But yeah, no, it was just awesome. Especially I don't live around family here, and living around family, I get it. It's fucking sick. Built-in babysitters, blah blah. When I had to go to the Kelsey event, like 8 of my cousins were like, "We got the kids. Get out of here. Go smoke a cig in the breezeway."
I love
liquor
that.
store. Like,
I
whatever.
love that.
Yeah. Also, final hack: baby pools, the blow-up kind. Fuck them. Get a dog pool. They fold up this big. They fold up so small. They're like meant to be dog toenail scratch proof. You just fold them out real quick. I was using my kids were in
Dog
the fucking
toenails.
dog pool all week. Whatever they're
Not
called.
claws.
Dog claws. Yeah, dog toenails.
Dog toenails.
I like dog toenails a lot better.
And then final, and this is the most exciting note of all from the, if anyone is still watching this hyper local Kate news, this you all have to get up early in the morning and be here so I can talk about myself. That's the worst. I got a new vacuum.
Nothing feels better than like treating yourself to a new vacuum.
The first run when it just sucks up
everything.
like a mother. Oh.
How much are vacuums going for these days?
It depends on what you want. I decided to get a
lot.
Dyson, and it was worth it.
It's like you're consulting your husband or baby daddy and be like, yo, we need to take some money out for a new vacuum.
There was
Is it
no
like that?
consulting. I said, I'm fucking, we're getting
The
this
best
one.
part is you get an Amazon credit card. You put everything on there. You start getting all the points back, and by Christmas time, you got all the money to buy every gift you need.
Yep.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's my hack.
Prime Day.
There you go. Anyway, that was exciting for me. What about you guys? What you? Any new vacuums, losers?
I do have an Around the Office video this week. It's been a long time.
Oh,
If we're still in the Around the Office segment, but
yeah.
can't say I have a new vacuum. Only a new Swiffer. Not to brag.
No.
Yeah,
People don't talk enough. Like Swiffer changed the mopping game.
Swiffer changed
They
the mopping
did.
game.
They did.
Even my kids enjoy hitting the button.
Yeah, we went to Florida. My husband and I, no kids.
You do a year, because last year you did California.
Yeah, so
right?
we do like our anniversary is in April, but obviously since we don't really get off that like until that week, that's when we do it. So we flew down to New Orleans, dropped the kids off there, and then drove to Florida and spent 5 days there, and had the most relaxing, incredible, amazing time ever. Even though it was like the 4th weekend, there was like it was shit packed full of people, but being a two-top in a crowd of people have so many families,
Yeah.
you get that table every time.
Megan actually sent me a very ominous picture. It was
I should have added it to the thing.
It was just a high chair or a bar like stool, but it had the back to it and it just said Danny Boy on it. This looks like a trap set by the man himself.
I was like, that's what it's his mom's timeout chair. He just has one at home just like that.
I
His
sent to
feet
chill
just
at my
dangle.
spine.
But yeah, it was a great time. It was refreshing. It was like just really nice to connect with yourself as a person and your husband again and realize, hey, we love each other. And
we
like,
don't hate each other.
like it's kind of maybe those fucking kids sometimes and bills and maybe like Mincy. I don't know.
Probably. Yeah.
But yeah, over break, I stayed in Chicago, went to NASCAR, laid by my pool for an hour and proceeded the next week to just get...
Wait, you have a pool?
Yeah. I said that 8 times, but still proceeded to get tanning salon allegations.
To be fair, the only person that's invited anyone to their pool has been Mitzi.
So, and it's been the lady.
So you set a bad precedent for me.
Yeah, you don't want to go inviting people to your pools.
Female interns only. So.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, you're getting a lot of fake tanning allegations.
Which leads to this.
Video, yeah.
Okay.
The audio might be a little. Bear with us.
That's okay.
Oh.
So the past.
Well, I've been accusing me of getting a spray tan, even though I simply laid out in the sun for about hour and a half during a vacation week when it was 90 degrees. So now I have no choice but to go white face with the help of M Cubed.
Let's do it.
All right. Is it better to go in the men's bathroom or the women's bathroom to do this?
Women's.
Okay. Can you make sure the coast is clear?
Yeah. Only person that would be in there would be Isabella.
But be careful. Barstool Chief likes to stand on top of the toilet and listen.
No, we're good.
Okay.
Welcome in.
Is it gonna look white?
Yeah. Might look like you just put your face in powder.
This is the calmest, politest antiquing I've ever gotten. I would appreciate it. Heads up, close your eye, but it's fine.
We want to smear it around a little bit? Do you want to do neck?
That looks pretty natural. I just try and get it out of my eyes.
The girls do it every day. You're fine.
But girls are so much stronger than men, though. It's really emphasizing my bags, okay?
I know. That's why we need the concealer.
What does that mean?
It was the stuff that's going to make it stick. Do you want the concealer?
That will help this?
Yes!
How? I'm going to have to really wash this off once they make me to see if I even got tanner since yesterday.
I didn't know you did your arms too.
Oh, yeah. On the gig. Dream job.
You're really ashy. You just need lotion.
So dirty.
Yeah, you're good.
Let's see if the X started. Thank you, Megan.
You're welcome.
We should probably get out of the women's bathroom now.
Okay.
That's
Paints
important.
pipes.
My bad.
Oh my god.
Did he whiten himself?
No. Wait a minute. Yeah, you
Sorry?
have makeup on your face.
No, I don't.
You whitened your face.
Whiter.
Do this again? How long is this going to go on for?
You're white.
Let me
This
touch
is-
your face.
You got concealer on.
You guys are realizing this?
Looks normal.
So apparent. It's jumping at me.
You look
You look like a
ghost.
geisha.
Huh?
You look like a geisha.
Look at that.
This is my normal Irish pale skin tone. I don't know.
You didn't even rub it in.
Through the neck.
Rub what in?
This all but proves that you're ashamed and you're trying to hide it.
I'm not ashamed of being in the sun in the summer. Let's just carry on with the show. Okay, unrelated question. I was going to wait after the show, but there's a lull. Do you need a makeup remover to get concealer and the white powder off?
You sure do, and it'll clog your pores like you wouldn't believe.
Second question. Do you have any
Acne.
makeup remover on you?
Do I look like I wear makeup?
Oh.
Unfortunate answer for you.
Got me there.
Nope, you're out of luck. Somebody here might.
You text him.
All right. Lucas.
Tanner Danny.
So yeah, I think we really got them there. I don't think they could tell.
Not at all.
I was trying to convince him hard to just let me put I even mixed lotion with just a little bit of concealer just so that it didn't look like he stuck his face into a kilo of cocaine.
What does it do though? I was saying the powder is bringing out my bags. You just put concealer over it. That would make it stand out more. I feel
okay. So the word concealer. What do you think that means?
in makeup terms.
Makeup is
just in general. Concealer.
You remove all the
One
color
who
from your
conceals?
face and then you put it back on.
Yes.
So concealer conceals what you
worth
don't
of
want
shit.
people to see. So if I would have put that on first underneath your eye bags, it would have brightened your eye bags.
I feel like the order of operations is wrong.
When I tell you I know how to put on
switches every
makeup,
few years.
I got it.
It'll flip.
I believe you.
Soon.
I'm the one that had the makeup remover, by the way.
Yes, thank you.
And so you are fake tanning, is what I gather.
I'm not.
Engagement
It's crazy.
alert. We're moving out of hyper local news. Congrats to Big T on his engagement. He got engaged over the break down at the beach. I asked him if I was allowed to talk about it, and he said yes, because PFT told him he had to say it on microdosing so that Big T could have months and months of wedding planning content for all of us to enjoy. Big T wedding planning. It's hard for me to picture, but I'm excited for him and happy
can't even
for him.
imagine.
I will say, he said,
wait for
he
that.
showed me the pictures of when he got down on one knee, and there was about 6 or 7 that he went through. And then he proceeded to say, I told my girlfriend, I'm not paying for an engagement photo shoot. This was it.
Yeah.
So
No, he's insane. He was keeping Madeline and I updated like the entire time.
Beautiful
He
ring.
was excited.
Beautiful. They like accidentally matched. Like it was,
Yeah.
I don't genuinely get to see like a real smile from Big T a lot.
Yeah.
But all of those photos, he was I mean, it could have been like the Falcons won a Super Bowl, the Vols won the national title in football and baseball. Like this man was just beaming
yeah,
in
it
these
was
photos.
really cute.
Can I ask something?
Yeah.
Say surprise engagement, as they usually are. Are girls more concerned about it being a surprise, or the guy kind of letting them know in a way where they're going to be dressed appropriately for an engagement? So like,
I feel like you're
faking that it's a
asking
party.
two of the wrong people.
Yeah, I think it depends on the gal.
would you be mad if like your boyfriend proposed to you and you were just like in sweats?
My boyfriend,
think I was.
my husband proposed to me while he was driving in a car, but it was very romantic. A song came on, he didn't know what to do, and
How'd he get on one knee?
he didn't.
Wow,
He didn't have
okay.
to. We already knew we had a kid already.
Yeah, you're asking
no
two of the
surprises there.
wrong-
We don't need to. We
You're
had
the wrong
plenty of
girl.
surprises.
Right, I forgot.
And you know what? It was, in my opinion, everyone thinking it was like, oh, I didn't get on one knee. And it was the most unthought out, most amazing way to be asked to be married.
Less
There
is
you
more.
go.
I don't want someone to be like, oh my God, you should definitely wear this outfit and like this nail color for absolutely no reason. Like, I'm way too perceptive. I'm 25 feet ahead of you, girl. I know what's happening.
I feel like the photography industry is really hyping that up for all.
Yeah, it's like Hallmark, but for photographers.
But congrats to Big T. His pictures turned out great. Is another breaking news is Taylor Watch back.
I didn't hear about this.
Tons of drama over the cancellation of Taylor Watch with Gia and Kelly. And then they posted a very Taylor Swift-like post on their Instagram. Honey, I rose up from the dead. I do it all the time. Are they back? So we'll have to see. And what does the number 6 have to do with it? I don't know. If it is, I'm super happy for them because I hated the way that all went down. So I would love for that to happen. And in my dream world, it's because somehow Taylor Swift saw it got canceled and was like, you get those.
And then
back
in
the
your
saddle.
dream world, you'll be in the Super Bowl box with the Kelseys
with the
and
Kelseys.
Taylor Swift
And
drinking
Kelly
a
and
high
Gia.
noon
And Keegs
And
and
we'll all
Gia,
be
yeah.
cackling. Like,
and
holy
drinking high
shekels.
noons.
Yeah. So that's the ideal. Speaking of drinking, are you guys familiar with prime mutton?
I am not, but I heard T-Bob is just enthralled with this man.
This is a man who does Guinness reviews, and he sinking creamers is what he calls it. And he will be in the office tomorrow.
No way.
How
He will be here
exciting.
tomorrow sinking creamers with his muttonistas, he calls them. And he's going to be here for Drop a Pin with Chaps and Donnie. And then you can go and hang out with all of them at the Chicago Guinness Brewery at 7 tomorrow night and sink creamers with the boys. That's one to get creamy with your boys, dudes. As one does. And final hyperlocal news, Barstool After Dark with Tate. Are they done? Is it still going?
It's definitely still going.
Still going. Okay, it's still going. On to, I swear I have a topic today, but we'll figure out this show eventually. Quick, I gotta do shout outs.
Yep.
Yeah, we missed them last week. It felt wrong doing them without you. So I said, if anybody has a shout out, send it to me, blah, blah, blah. It's, like I said, happy birthday, Titus, because his birthday was the day before. And then Owen just sat there fucking closed mouthed and didn't say anything. And then came around the office like hours later with cupcakes, just walking
Your
around.
birthday.
And he
Humble man.
And then he walks up. He goes, "Do you want a cupcake?" And I go, "Oh, whose birthday is it?" He goes, "Mine." I'm like, "What the hell, Owen? What the hell?"
It's a good
Classic
technique,
Owen.
Owen. I like it.
Classic Owen. We have a big time birthday, a brand new, I don't want to say a brand new cum head, brand new Kate and Tell Mostly person. Huge shout out to Hannah from her husband Trakey. 9 months ago, they DM'd me. I was the first person they told when they found out they were pregnant.
That's so
with their
exciting.
second. They had a second son named Boo. So shout out to Hannah from her son Trakey. Or from her husband, Trakey. That's just his username. I don't know if his name's actually Trakey. But look at this boy. You done good, Hannah. He's an absolute beaut. Hell of a job with that one. Next up, we have a mix-up shout-out. A few weeks ago, I shouted out an Amanda on behalf of a Sean. And another Amanda who was watching, who is also dating a Sean, thought it was for her at first and hit up her Sean and was like, no way. Well, then she found out it wasn't for her.
Oh, no.
So now this Sean reached out for his Amanda and says his Amanda is sweeter than the other Amanda.
Oh, no.
And this
Are we having an
and
Amanda
Sean,
off?
Shout out
They want
wars.
to fight the other Amanda and Sean.
My
They
God.
said 7 a.m. this Saturday in front of the Bean.
Holy
They want to,
shit.
this Amanda and Sean want to whoop
Yeah,
ass on the
flick
other
it.
Amanda and Sean. Amanda has her biomed degree from Western Michigan and now does lab testing of medical samples. That's speaking for the yak here, as a group who gets a ton of kidney stones and wants to see who has the highest sperm count. Amanda, you could be very valuable to us. So keep in touch, please.
Yes, please.
Also, he wanted me to shout out her dog Bella. And also, I met them at they came to Zany's. So
Shout out for supporting Kate.
Yes.
yeah, I think you guys are going to whoop the other Amanda and Sean's asses on Saturday. I think
But we
that
still
rules.
love you, other Amanda and Sean.
Quick one. Jan wanted to shout out his friend Nina. Nina is great. Jan is van. Love that. Brady loves his wife Gabby. Life's been whooping in their ass lately and he's proud of her. Billy J wants to shout out his fiancee Kate, who's stressed and needs a pump up. She did not know West Virginia was a state until 2022. Has a great sense of humor. Is a phenomenal chef with a TikTok that's going to blow up if she sticks with it. She can outdrink the whole friend group. The only con is that she may or may not want to leave him for Nick Turaney. So
Ever since you found out about West Virginia?
ever since she found out about West Virginia a couple years ago, Billy, I don't know if you're safe.
Be careful,
I
man.
thought he was just from the west side of Virginia.
Yeah. Finally, Allie wanted to send props to her husband, Alex. She's got super bad morning sickness while also having an 11-month-old.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Morning sickness was tough the first time. Morning sickness with a toddler running around is like a level of tired you didn't
Especially
know.
whenever they pat you in the back when you're throwing up and you're just like literally peeing
Or
and
they're-
throwing up.
yeah.
Hold my hair, kid.
He's cooking, cleaning, doing mornings with their son, packing his daycare bottles, lunches, doing bath and bedtime. He's the GOAT. Absolutely fuck yes. I love to
Yep.
hear this. That is how it should be.
Alex is rock.
Yeah, that Alex, you fucking rule. Allie, good on you. Hope your morning sickness goes away soon. And finally, I got one more as like a sad shout out, kind of. I went to IUP, and this guy Mike, who I guess he also went there, DM me every year since I've been at Barstool on his girlfriend's birthday. He would message me and be like, can you send her another goofy video? And I guess they'd always be at a restaurant with friends and they'd always play the video. And so it became this yearly thing where I'd make this goofy video for her every year. And he wanted to shout out that they broke the fuck up and he's happier without her.
Oh, okay.
Shout out IUP Mike. I'm sorry.
Oh wow. But I mean, if he's happy, maybe it was for the best.
Perhaps it was for the best.
Mike, if you
Yeah.
send me one more video of this cake girl, I'm
Yeah,
breaking up with you.
exactly. Who the fuck is she? Why do you keep DMing
You
her?
been seeing her?
Yeah. Those are the shout outs I have for this week. Send me one. It can be about anything. Send me a shout out that you have. Pictures, the more detail, the better. The more weird, quirky details, the
Let's
better.
see if we can get another Sean and Amanda in the mix.
Yeah.
I know.
Right.
That would be great.
Are they both spelled SEAN or? we
Yep,
gotta-
that's
okay.
crazy.
And
It's big.
I always thought that whenever I was little, I thought that was seen.
But
So did I.
SEAN and like SHAWN might as well be just
Same
two
with
different worlds,
Siobhan
two different nationalities.
fucked me up bad too.
Siobhan.
Oh, Siobhan is
It's like
wild.
Siaban or whatever.
Yeah.
the hell.
SIOBH.
I'm on AOL
Yeah.
Messenger talking to a guy named Scene, probably
Yeah.
like 88 years old.
A
No.
trucker from
His name
Sian.
is it's Sean.
It's fun.
Oh, greetings, Sian.
All right, finally, on to
Oh,
this story.
I've been
that-
wanting it.
I'm glad that you hit me up about this because it's been heavy on my timeline as well.
This is why we do this show.
This is why we.
Mom drama.
This is this league,
Mama drama.
and this is a mama drama of sorts here. And this, I asked the fellas if this was on their radar because it's super viral in our lives.
Mackenzie, it's on yours too, right?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. I've
Okay,
seen
and both of them are like, "What? Antipasta salad lady."
Oh.
Who hasn't heard this
Antipasta
one before?
Salad lady. Do you mind pulling up the picture of the salad? Does this mean anything to you boys?
I mean, it's a gorgeous salad.
This is the most seen antipasta salad in the entire world, I would say.
Yes.
Gun to my head, no one has ever looked at a photo of antipasta more than this particular antipasta.
And I want to point out those tomatoes are homegrown from her garden,
Oh,
as
yeah.
is the basil and the peppers.
Important detail.
This
All
is
homegrown.
important. You're going to want to know. This antipasta salad has gone super viral over a 4th of July party debacle. And I went to Reddit, of course, to get like all the extra little crumbs and details. This user Bix902 broke it down pretty well. So first up, the first picture we have, this is Nicole. Okay. And Nicole is crying. This video, the first video that sparks this whole thing, she is sobbing her eyes out in this video talking about a 4th of July party. Cute as a button, little tats, little septum, but cute as a button, mom, whatever. Nicole is new to the neighborhood in Gate City, Virginia. Population about 2,000. Small town. It's churched up. It's in the tail of Virginia, out west, churched up under Kentucky.
And she moved like thousands of miles away from her family.
From Vermont. She's a Northeast girly, not a Southern girly. Brand new here from Vermont, okay? Her husband, her son. So her son gets a best friend down here in Gate City, Virginia. And the son's mom, Samantha, says, why don't you guys come to this 4th of July party? I guess Nicole's husband was working. She's like, why don't you and your son come to this little local with some of my close friends 4th of July party?
Can I ask how old's the son? Is this a young kid? Or?
He's like 9.
Yeah, they're like 7 and 9, I think.
So, yeah, it's the boys. So she's like, sure, yeah, of course. So Nicole makes that gorgeous Antipasto salad that
she
saw.
bought all the nice meats too.
She over $40 worth of meats, vegetables from her own garden, homemade cheese. She makes the cheese herself. She pickles the garlic for it herself. She brings a fancy serving fork, cute tea towel, the works. Okay, we're talking this on Montauk. You'd pay $150 for an Antipasto like this. Okay, I'm just saying, very fancy. She also brings along 1 beer.
Just one.
Just to sip on, because she's like, I don't want to burden the hosts. I don't know them. I've been invited by a friend of a friend. I don't want to be weird. So I'm just going to bring 1 beer to sip over the time I'm there. I'm going to have to drive the kids home anyway. Like, smart, totally normal lady. They get there. She arrives with Samantha, the friend who invited her. And they enter the kitchen with her son, Samantha's son, her son. They all 4 of them enter the kitchen. And they start to try to introduce themselves to everyone. As they do, a man enters, glares daggers at Nicole, and then exits the house. He goes out to where everyone else is sitting on the porch.
Yeah.
There's also a woman mean mugging the fuck out of Nicole. And Nicole's like, what is happening? The mother of the man who was glaring at her, the grown man, his mom comes in then and starts flipping out.
It's like the grandma.
Yeah.
The grandma.
Like, who are you? Why are you here? You don't know anybody.
The man who was glaring, his name is Jake. Turns out he's the owner of the house, and his wife, Stasia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? They're all now, they come back in, and they're like just glaring her up, mean mugging her. Jake's mom becomes confrontational with Nicole, demands to know who she is, why she's in the house, why does she think she can show up uninvited, why didn't she introduce herself, doesn't she know Jake is uncomfortable with a stranger being in his house, blah, 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 blah. And Nicole, who was brought this nice out and who was like invited, and like showed the text receipts from Samantha being like, come to this party, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, okay, I'm bringing an Antipasto salad, whatever. She's like, what? Oh my God. She's so upset.
That's social suicide.
And feels so rejected that she's like, okay. And she gets her son and
she dumps out her beer. Like, doesn't even have time to drink her beer. She dumps it out.
She's like, here, I'm gone. She leaves the salad for them and she leaves. And the other boy too was like, I want to get out of here too. That was so weird. So she tries to keep it together. She's clearly hurt. Her son tries to comfort her. And after they go, she leaves with the 2 boys. They park back at her house. And when they go inside, she does the classic, I'm going to vent to my TikTok about what just happened. Doesn't say details, doesn't even say where she lives, who, what, when, where, why, doesn't say names or anything. But she kind of tells the story of like how she's baffled by this behavior and how it hurts when you move to a new town and you're rejected, blah, blah, blah.
And she was distraught. Like it hurt my feelings to watch.
It was like very genuine. It racks up 31 million views overnight in a town of 2,000 people. Okay. And it unites. People are saying people haven't been this united online since that riverboat fight with the falling bear. Everybody loved that riverboat fight.
That brought America
he
together.
threw the hat in the air and everybody just came running.
So of course, Stasia, the mean lady, Stasia and Jake and their mean
not mean.
mother-in-law.
She's a bitch.
She responds claiming her and her family are not mean people. It didn't happen that way, and their response was reasonable. She goes on to nitpick the details of Nicole's story, saying it wasn't a party. It was a gathering of people who know each other.
All right.
Okay.
I have a question. What's with like the kids? Is this a kids party?
It's like
she's trying to make it sound like a family party, but random kids are also invited.
No, it's like a neighborhood. Like they live on like a long dirt road basically, and there's probably like 4 or 5 houses back there. So it's like
it was kind of like a family compound.
Kind of, but there's also friends were invited, and so the friend Samantha invited this girl because obviously she doesn't, as one does with Southern hospitality. When someone's new in town, you meet this person, you hit it off, you go, you know what? You don't know anybody. Why don't you come with me and celebrate 4th of July with our friends in this town, and that way your son can have a good time and all of that. And then
And since Samantha was bringing her son and no other kids were at this party, Samantha invited Nicole and her son thinking, oh, my son will have someone to play with at this party.
Gotcha.
So a good amount of people there, but it's just adults, whatever. They're super weird. They like basically make her leave. She's super upset. She's like, this is weird. Samantha doesn't stand up for her in the moment. She panics, even though her own son leaves the party too.
Samantha didn't leave?
No.
Nope, and didn't stand up for her.
What
So
the hell?
meanwhile, Samantha then the next day reaches out to Nicole, and Nicole is smart. She documents everything. She turns on recorder every time. Samantha reaches out to Nicole to apologize, and she's like, I'm really introverted. I panicked. I didn't know how to handle it. That's why I didn't step in. And she reveals, she's like, it's so weird because I told Stasia and Jake that I invited you, and I even sent them a picture of your Antipasto salad. Like they knew that you were coming and that you were bringing this salad. So their behavior was like, Samantha was like stunned. She was like, what the fuck? They absolutely knew you were coming and said that it was fine. Then Jake calls and tries to apologize, but his apology is more like, sorry you felt that way.
That pissed me off
he was like,
so bad.
He was like, you
Jake's the guy who kicked her out.
And he's like, yeah.
He's like, I'm receiving death threats. I don't understand why I'm receiving death threats. I'm sorry you felt the way you did, but it's not really my problem.
And he's like,
it's my house.
You could have hung out outside. He was like, you were welcome. You could have.
He
hung
basically
out
like
chained you to the pole.
like a dog.
And Nicole's like, well, and he said he wasn't expecting her and didn't know who she was, and she didn't introduce herself. And Nicole's like, I did know I was coming. I was in the kitchen trying to introduce myself to you and whatever. And he finally admits he knew she was coming, but he expected her. I thought you were just going to drop your boy off and leave. It's like, why would you drop your son off at a party with no other kids and like leave?
And
So
also
weird.
people you don't know. Like, why would I drop my son off at a place that I don't know anyone there? That sounds so smart.
Then Jake's mother, Jake's mama, makes a TikTok defending her actions, doubles down that it was not a party, but a barbecue for the neighbors. Okay.
What's the difference between a party and a barbecue?
Then she shares footage from the Ring camera thinking it will back her up, but instead it's just Stasia, Jake, and the mother-in-law like attacking this sweet woman, Nicole. And it's like real chopped up too, so they picked and chose parts of it.
And she was like, the only reason why it was like that because it would only let me upload 10 seconds at a time.
Oh, save it.
So she quickly took it down. Someone then prank calls the police pretending to be Nicole, the Antipasto salad lady's husband. And he's like, I'm Nicole's husband. I'm going to kill the police, blah, blah, blah. But they didn't realize. So now
Old strategy.
cops show unmarked cop cars. And Stasia and Jake are like super well connected in the town. It's like a real small southern town. They're friends with the sheriff, blah, blah. Unmarked cop cars circle in Nicole's house and pulls up and is leaving cards. And they're like, so they call the police and the cops are like, yeah, your husband's been threatening the police and blah, blah, blah. And so she's like, play the voicemail because she's recording it. And the voicemail's like, yeah, this is Jake. I want the cops to die or whatever. And she's like, my husband's from Vermont. He doesn't sound like that. So I have a picture of like the special agent, whatever. And this is all alleged, by the way. I'm dumb. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, the internet by now is disgusted. By the way, they're the Hicks family. Their last name is Hicks.
And I will say that the woman Stasia deleted her entire TikTok and only has one, like it's like a photo with words over it, basically being like, what my family did wasn't wrong, and what like we don't apologize. Basically,
It just proves how like delusional she is if she actually thought that was gonna like clear her case and posted it that confidently, you know?
Yeah. And I guess the TikTok video showing them kicking her out was like so egregious that it's taken down now. I was like trying to find it, but like everybody was like, what the fuck? So it got the internet even angrier. Then the Hickses were throwing out that they have police connections, including the local chief, Jeff Eds, who has a recent misdemeanor assault and battery charge that got dismissed. But I saw on Reddit that it was against his daughter-in-law. I could not confirm. That's
What the
alleged.
hell's going on at these family parties down there?
And then people started commenting like there was a couple troll accounts that seemed to be from allegedly Stasia or Jake's family or friends. The Hicks know everyone in Gate City. I think you need to be careful with how this continues, because if your followers continue to send them death threats and harass them, then Jeff Eds, that's the police chief, will not take it kindly. Just a friendly warning, you won't be able to make any friends in this town easily. And like posts like that, and then someone who worked at the school like released her son's records from a time.
And someone also found out where she works. She's a nurse.
Who's this is the one who brought the pasta
Nicole,
salad? Or
the Antipasto lady.
Oh.
And so now her son, they were like, your son's a racist, blah, blah, blah. It turns out the racist thing against her son was that other white boys had called him Russian looking. And they got into a white boy on white boy beef.
No, white on
and
white
they all
crime.
got detention or something. But she's like, this is so weird. Anyway, this is
You
all
Russian
over
ass.
an Antipasto salad at the same thing. But the internet is like this is one of the biggest like things that I've seen in a while that everyone, at least maybe not, I guess not you guys, is connecting. But people are so invested. And like Nicole never mentioned any details about this family and never gave any details, never whatever, and didn't expect it, I think, to blow up like it did. She was just venting to her TikTok like I do in my car sometimes, like whatever. Never expected it. But she's like, and so people were like, well, it's partially your fault too. And she's like, I'm not. They did what they did. I'm allowed to talk about it.
Right.
Yeah.
And even though I didn't give details or anything like that.
Whoever says it's partially her fault can honestly just go fuck themselves. Like, again, being from the South, like if someone shows up to your house with a covered dish of any kind, and as long as they don't look like, I guess, a complete serial killer, or even if they do, you welcome them in, you say hello, you talk them up a little bit. If they're weird, then you start turning, you let the mother-in-law loose. But no, that's rude, mean, and just uncalled for.
So is this I'm picturing like the righteous gemstones, you know, that's who's having this party.
Yes.
And they see this girl with the bull ring and tatted
Yep.
coming in their house, and
Yes.
they're just purely discriminating off that.
Daddy, you know
You think
she's from
that's
Asheville.
true?
She don't like God.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's the wildest. Like, if she had done something a little off-putting, then maybe a guy could like raise his eyebrows, huh? But to be like, wait, what? I don't know this person. Get them out of my barbecue.
Well, the
It's
other
insane behavior.
theory was that they were all skiing.
Oh.
Allegedly.
For sure.
And or had things going on in their big Southern Boonies family compound. And they
Right.
didn't
Yeah.
want a stranger there.
Somebody's cooking meth in the back.
So they said yes to Samantha, but then kind of panicked when
It
the
seemed like a
person actually
non-cult
showed
member
up.
showed up to a cult party.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So very
yeah.
odd. Very
Also,
odd.
nobody would have known it was the other family, like if they didn't respond. Like that's their own
Right.
fault for responding. And being like, this
Exactly.
was us.
And now
People need to take accountability sometimes.
Well, so now other TikTokers from this small town are like taking a TikTok and they're dumping all the tea that
Yep.
they know about
Yep.
Stasia and Jake's family and blah 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 blah.
Oh.
Like, because the internet figures
Again,
it out.
somebody found out where Stasia works. She's a nurse, and they found people are like writing to her supervisor and being
and
like,
people found out where Nicole worked. Like, people are figuring all this shit out. Then the Gate City Sheriff's Department's Facebook page, highly recommend going on over there, folks. If you are sitting on the toilet right now, go over to Gate City Sheriff's Facebook page. Hundreds of people are demanding to know why. They're like, hey, whatever road is closed today. And the comments are like, why is Jeff Eds threatening Nicole over her Antipasto salad?
I
What the
love
fuck?
Facebook.
let me
blah,
get
blah,
that
blah.
salad recipe.
Then the response video from Stasia was moronic, made things worse. Then she wrote some big, long Facebook posts about the difference between fact and opinion defending her family. And it has 1.3 thousand reactions that are all laughing faces. Didn't go well.
The best ratio.
It wasn't a party. It was a gathering of people who happen to know each other is going viral.
That's so frustrating. What difference does that make?
And
Angus?
what's the difference?
Yeah.
Like a party
What
and
do
a
you think?
gathering is kind of the same fucking thing.
You think
That's
people
just
are
the
gonna hear
definition
that?
Of a party.
You think people are going to hear that and be like, oh, good point. Good
And
point.
this was
She
her
showed
other
a kid.
quote. She could have stayed and hung out if she wanted to. We just didn't want her in our house.
That's the most
Um,
demeaning thing.
So yeah, lots of suspicion about drugs, this, that, blah, blah, blah. And I think it hit people so close to home because like the fear of rejection is such a huge fear in
Right.
people's lives. And it brings you back to middle school of like not getting invited to that party or getting invited to that thing and then feeling like a fucking loser or whatever, especially for me. That was like the story of my life. And so I think it like really struck a chord with people.
Antipasto lady, that's Nicole.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
If they're worried about, like, if they're skiing, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
and I take one look at Nicole, I'm probably like, hey, she probably wants the bag.
I know, right?
Well,
I'm not going to call the cops.
Honestly, that's probably why. Like, they probably like vetted her before, and they're like, "All right, yeah, she's cool." But then, like, once they like start, if they were,
She only brought one beer. We're fucked.
yeah, exactly.
party.
Like, she
Can I
doesn't
say
want
this?
a party.
One beer's a wild move.
One beer is a
She didn't
lot.
deserve anything, but you bring no beers before you bring one beer.
But I think that was her making an extra show of, hey, I'm not here to be a burden. I brought even my own, and I don't want to be a weirdo who's going to get drunk while my kid's here. Like, I feel like that was her trying extra hard to show how normal.
It's more normal for like a mom to
Yeah.
bring one beer, I guess, but
But yeah, I just thought it's
you,
like,
you bring a 6-pack and you leave 5 there.
Yeah,
yeah.
I kind of.
yes, you're right. You're
That's
right.
way more the move, Danny.
But she doesn't seem like a beer lady. Like her whole thing is she's like a super health. She jars,
Gardens
she
and-
gardens,
yeah.
jars on it. So it's between these posts that have millions of views. It's like her showing off the pawpaw trees in her yard and that you can make a jam with it.
Yeah.
And then it's like the sheriff showing up and it's like, shred apples with me for a sauce. It's like, it's very interesting. But she's overnight gotten 342,000 TikTok followers in the span of a few days. She's monetized her account. Every post she posts, whether it's about the incident or like
I'm happy for her.
a beaver in the dam in her yard, is like going mega viral now. And so, and it worked out. She said, and other people were saying, like, in a small southern town like that, I've never lived anywhere like that, but like, she's like, we are probably going to have to move. That family
Yep.
is like one of the most
that's
well-connected,
scary.
and that people are doxing her kid and her husband's job.
I grew up in a small town like that, and
Yeah.
everybody knows everybody, and like I had pull with the cops. Like they'd get free gas. I'd pull up and be like, "Hey, Officer Antoine, fill me up." It'd be like, "Yeah, I got you."
Yeah.
Small towns are terrifying.
It's hard to live in
Terrifying.
if shit goes wrong.
Yes.
So she was saying now with the money from TikTok,
they're not gonna move.
they're gonna buy a new house probably in another town.
Dude, they should buy a house
there.
right by them.
And then rent that out. Yeah.
They should buy it right by
She said
Stasia.
she's afraid. She's like, they're best friends with the cops. Like, she's like, I'm never going near you guys again. You don't have to worry about me. Like, I'm keeping my distance. Like, whatever. I'm from the north. This small southern town shit's new to me. Anyway, I was so pulled in by it. Sorry. I just had to.
Is the story done though? Like it can't get any deeper, right? Is there going to be a plot twist? Like they move out of the town and Nicole stays, or there's a new reason. There's an actual reason why they really kicked her out.
I think with this is probably gonna just slowly taper off, because what's gonna happen is like the small town connected people are gonna have all the other people dump out their business, and then they're not gonna be able to show their face at the local Dollar General without someone being like, "You're the Antipasto bitch."
Well,
Like,
that's what's tearing the town. Now they're all like, there's Team Stasia and Team like Nicole, and there's TikTok people in the town dumping
city
tea on
divided.
other people, and it's like tearing the town apart over this fucking
Antipasto.
delicious-looking salad. She put a recipe up.
Shout
on her
out-
page if you
shout
wanna
out
go see
Nicole.
her.
That's why we don't eat healthy.
I should have her actual folk medicine remedies is
See?
her TikTok.
how can you get in a fight with someone with a TikTok name like that?
And I looked at all her posts before this, and it's like so wholesome.
It is.
It's like the most wholesome shit. She's just like a nice lady. I don't think there's anything. Anyway, yeah, I got super sucked into that. Maybe because I got rejected a ton throughout my entire life, and it's struck a chord with me.
No, it's
We've all been rejected.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I took to my Instagram and I asked people, what is the oddest party behavior or just small gathering with friends behavior you ever encountered, whether it was the hosts or the guests or whatever. I'm going to go through a few of those. Someone said someone referenced a movie. We were all like hanging out. Someone referenced a movie and the host like stopped the party and made everyone sit down and watch that movie.
Ew.
Come on.
Mid-party. My brother-in-law's girlfriend asked to take home leftovers from a funeral lunch that my cousins had catered, then brought out Uno cards and asked who wanted to play, like at the funeral lunch. Everyone had only met her a few times.
Kind of fuck with that.
A friend's girlfriend fed him spaghetti baby bird style.
Gross.
A random guest set up a table. So they invited this person to their party, never mentioned magic, nothing like that. But the friend brought a whole table and set up a magic table at the party.
Rocks.
They said it actually ended up being awesome.
I'm in.
They're like, that rules.
I'm in.
If you're a magician, do that. Someone pretended to be a professional photographer adding to their portfolio.
That's creepy.
Party crasher. Yeah, very weird. My mother-in-law called out anyone that was being wasteful at our daughter's 5th birthday party.
Shut up. You didn't pay for it.
I would flip out. This answer that's up next, I got like a ton of versions of this that I love. College house party. All of us around 18, 50-year-old man just rolled up, started partying with us. Nobody asked who, what, where, when, why. Guy was great. He left.
And you
Never
know
saw him
what?
again.
That's what they should have done with Nicole.
That's what they should have done with Nicole. Several versions of this were sent to me where someone just rolls up to a party and whatever. And then I got a few of these too where neighbors gave us a note saying, hey, we're having a kegger. If we're too loud, let us know. And then we like moseyed on over and kegged it up with them. And it was great and fun. I've seen TikToks like that too where like people in an apartment complex can't sleep because the neighbor's partying and they're like, should we get dressed and just go party? And then they do and it's fine and awesome. My friend learned his girlfriend was still talking to the guy she cheated on him with. So he threw all her stuff down the stairs mid-party. They are married now, so it's awkward. We all saw it and have to pretend it was not a big deal.
Oh my God.
Couples fighting at a party is
It's so awkward.
so awkward.
So awkward.
Especially like younger, college age, like whatever that happens. But like,
Yeah.
I've been at a few like adult parties where the
Oh.
couple is beefing a little bit and it's so
I love it. It's so entertaining.
It's so uncomfortable. I can't handle it. My roommate charged me and his guests for the burgers he cooked at the party he hosted.
Stephen Che.
Wild move. This I've experienced myself in a version. The host went upstairs to have sex while we all sat around the fire and heard. So
Gross.
just saying, I was at a
When
party.
you say you experienced it, were you the
I got railed outside a campfire once.
put that fire out when you're done?
No, I was at a party I used to go to the Indy 500 every year, and we would get an RV and like party outside the RV the rest of the night. And 2 people went inside the RV, and the RV was fucking rocking. And we're all just sitting there like, yeah. Went to a 5-year-old's birthday party where the kid's parents didn't show up until an hour in. No food, no drinks. The dad finally left and got a Costco pizza. It was hell.
Yeah, it's bad planning.
Yeah, bad planning.
Bad
parties,
planning.
especially with kids.
Yep.
I've been to a couple where you show up and you're like, okay, where's the fucking food? They're gonna flip out in a second here. What the fuck? That's about it. That's all I got for the weird parties. Have you guys ever experienced a weird? I know I've done shit that has been weird and awkward. Back when I couldn't handle my liquor, but that's another day.
At a friend's party, his cousin's friend came and he brought his ferret. And for some reason, I hate ferrets, I guess. This is my first time
It's weird that you
encountering
just
a ferret.
said that.
And I hate
have
him.
a similar story.
And I was like, hey, it was getting close to me. I was like, I don't fuck with ferrets. I don't fuck with rats. I don't fuck with possums. I
fair.
don't fuck with parrots.
That's fair.
Ferrets. He put the ferret on me and proceeded to crawl around me and went in my hoodie pocket. And I was like, yo, get this thing out of my hoodie pocket before I kill your ferret.
Yeah.
So that's about all I have.
So the 4 months I spent in college, not really going to school, I had this kind of on and off boyfriend, awful guy, but he was in a frat house, and I decided it'd be the best move that I decide to live there for a while instead of my dorm. And at the time, I had a pet snake. I only had my parents gave me $200 a month for food. I spent $150 that month on a fucking snake. Again, drugs, crazy.
Hell of a thing.
But,
yeah.
but so they're having a big frat party. Everyone's downstairs playing beer pong and flip cup. And then there's this girl I knew from high school. We used to be best friends. And then she cut me off for her new mother, stepmom said that, oh, she's, bad news, blah, blah, blah.
Meanwhile, spending all her money on snakes and liquor.
But meanwhile, Nicole was the one that kind of wanted to go be adventurous, party, sneak out, whatever. Yeah. I would just facilitate it, right?
You were probably her scapegoat.
Well, exactly. So I was still very hurt that she did that. And somehow we ended up in the same dorm, and I saw her all the time, so it just kept building. And so I was just blacked out one night, and she and all the other sorority girls were downstairs playing flip cup, and I decided to bring my snake down and proceed to try to put it on all of the girls, and then aired out that her mother went to rehab, and that's the reason why we're not friends anymore.
Nagini attack.
That's good.
Probably one of my most embarrassing stories.
Megan's got the snake flute or whatever. And just,
I'm literally just terrorizing people. And then I brought it home. My dad said, "Get that fucking thing out of my house."
The frat house girlfriend with the snake probably still gets talked about from time to time.
The boyfriend had been in jail for the last 9 years. I don't think he remembers me.
you got a plaque in that frat house.
Man.
You and the snake.
Shout out Pikes at Mississippi State.
What was the snake? What was the snake's name?
Mary Jane.
That's the most Megan story.
Maddie Jane attack. Dracardius, Maddie Jane.
It was had our moments.
It was so rough. And then a month later, I went home, worked 4 jobs, met my husband, and then life's good.
Rest is history.
Rest is history. R.I.P. Mary Jane.
Sewage flows.
Sewage
They
flows.
say.
Sewage does indeed flow.
Well, I'll be damned. Well, that's really all I've got for today. Megan, we need more Megan stories because they're always fantastic.
Yeah, they're really embarrassing. I'm realizing that, cringing at my past
You just
self.
walk around campus like Britney Spears.
I was a little guy.
Oh, okay.
A girl.
A little guy or girl. I went through my Rolodex of embarrassing, and I had to shut it off. I was like, no, you can't go there anymore in your brain. The embarrassing.
It's like a
things
Black
I've
Mirror
done.
episode. I just need to close my eyes and forget it all.
Never look at it again.
Suppress it.
Other than that, I think that's all I got for this week.
Yeah.
I think we have a date with Nick. You got to come along for the ride.
We gotta send out the mug.
We still got to send out the mugs. Sorry, they probably don't watch it, but that's okay. I'll send out the mugs. They're right up here.
Don't forget, we still want to do Doom piles too, so keep sending those in.
Submit your pink back ideas.
Pink back
Bring back
ideas. Any shout outs coming up if you have birthdays, babies, if you're another Sean and what was the other? Amanda. I want to say Allison, Sean, and Amanda.
SEAN though.
Yep, you can't be anything else than that. Make sure you guys are putting everything in. DM Kate, I, or Danny, or Mackenzie, or Owen. Any ideas you want to hear, or anything you want to talk about.
Antipasto lady, any good Antipasta recipes?
Yeah.
Hit us up.
Nicole, if you're watching, you're welcome to come on as well. We'd love to hear your true side of the story.
Oh.
Anytime. A huge fan of Nicole and her little homeopathic recipes she's making on her farm.
Any more mama drama stories that we
Mom
missed?
drama, let us know. But yeah, that's Kate and Friends this week. Up next, and probably going right now, mostly sports and
still the stream.
Tate stream. So After Dark and mostly sports going strong now.
We're crossing streams again today, boys and
Crossing
girls.
streams. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.